Support the Bronx Beartics in Season 2 of the UCL. You can pick up a shirt or hoodie till July 31st. Link is down below in the description. Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back for the next part of the Ubers Road to Top 10. Now today I'm using a team that my boy Janvad passed me. I think he made it. The only reason I say I think he made it is because he likes to use, interesting megas in Ubers that are definitely viable. And it has a Tentacruel. So Jam is like Mr. Tentacruel himself. And if he doesn't use Tentacruel, he uses Toxic Starmie. So it's kind of like his Tentacruel substitute. So if Jam was a smoker, Toxic Starmie would be like his nicotine patch. I'm tired, guys. My bad. My bad. Anyway, we found a team that is extremely weak to Lopunny. Especially because obviously it gets scrappy upon Mega Evolution. What is this mod join? Mod join blah, 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 requires mod join on mod join only users can even speak the chat. Okay, whatever. I have slash hide room. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. No one's coming in here. It's my choice. My game. My road. Anyway, he leads off with his Groudon. I'm just gonna fake out right here. Get off the Mega 100%. The great thing is I do have, of course, the a jump kick for Aegislash, which is going to dominate it. Now, I have to switch out. We're going to go out into our Giratina right here as he goes for his Stealth Rock. And this is tough. Do I want to go for the Dragon Tail or do I want to... Because he could go Veltal or he could go Xerneas. I think if he goes Xerneas, I'm better off versus that. So I'm just going to go for Dragon Tail. It gets off damage if he goes a Veltal right here, and I get to find out it's set because I am max attack. That looks like defensive since it only took 22%. Kyurem is going to come out. I do not want to stay in. I do have a Tentacruel which can come in safe-ishly on the Ice Beam. I don't have Scald, however, on this thing, but we will be able to get up our T-Spikes as Aegislash is going to come out. That's completely fine. Again, these T-Spikes are going to be nice, and I think one T-Spike is better than two versus him. Skarmory pretty much walls any variant of Aegislash and Ubers. They don't run Shadow Ball. They don't usually run Shadow Ball, but I should be able to get up at least a Spike right here. Like I said, they don't usually run Shadow Ball. I don't know. They're typically Gyro Ball, Pursuit, and things like that, but I should be able to go out to Groudon right now. And I really want to get up rocks, just threaten this guy. Alternatively, the best play is to go for Roar, but I think Stealth Rock is just fine right here as he does switch out. So we're able to get up all these hazards. This is going to be dominating him. I wasn't expecting that on his Aegislash because Shadow Ball typically just isn't used because you usually use a more special defensive set with like Gyro Ball for Geomancy, Xerneas, Pursuit occasionally, Toxic maybe. But Veltal is going to come out and... I'm gonna go hard into Xerneas, even though I feel like this is really predictable and he might go for Toxic, which is why I was debating going out to Tentacruel and doubling, as he does go for Toxic. But what I can do now is proceed to double out into my Groudon and just phase him out a bit if he goes Aegislash. There's no way he would stay in. Yeah, Aegislash or his own Groudon would be his play. And if he goes to his own Groudon, it gets Toxic. So I'll Roar right here because it goes through King Shield, and we are able to weaken him a bit with that. As Kyurem is going to come out, and look how much Kyurem is going to be taken upon entry. Yum. Yum. And Tentacruel is always a play. I do expect him to drop a Draco, but I'm not going to risk Xerneas, especially because it can check his team. He does drop a Draco right here, and unfortunately misses, so that sucks for my opponent. But and he forfeits. I know how it feels, bro, to miss a Draco. Trust me, it's one of my favorite moves. I think my favorite moves in the game are Scald and Draco Meteor. What else? What else do I like? I like Spike too. I really like Spike. Like that little Spike is just one of my favorite play styles. But we're able to get that victory right off the bat. Let's see where we are on the ladder. That says 1672 after that game. So that is number 67 on the ladder. And top 10 is 1755. So we need 1756 in order to get to top 10. Now, to elaborate on that Aegislash thing, I have seen offensive Aegislash and Ubers, but it was Swords Dance because Swords Dance has the priority in Shadow Sneak, which lets it deal with Gengar, while also still having moves like Iron Head to deal with boosted Xerneas. But we got another game, and our opponent's running some type of stall team, maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, I rapid spin versus him anyway, so I'm gonna lead off with Giratina, because I can double attack him right now. How much does Hex do? I wonder if Earthquake and the Shadow Sneak kill. I'll just go for Hex because it is boosted by my item. Giratina actually dominates my opponent's team as well. But Hex and the Shadow Sneak should be able to kill. Looking at it, 363 attack. And Skelepy typically runs like Spike's offensive with 0 IVs and like defense and stuff like that. That way it can hit you hard with its Endeavor. I'm assuming that's Arceus Ghost. But he decides to get up T-Spikes, surprisingly. I do have a Tentacruel, but we're just not going to say anything about that because I don't want him to notice it. I'm actually not sure if this is going to knock him out based on how little that Hex did. As he protects. The great thing is, again, any mon he goes out into, like my best switch is Tentacruel. If he goes out, it reveals the Arceus Ghost, Tentacruel is my best switch, so I get rid of the T-Spike. But we are going to Shadow Sneak right here as he is going to go out into his Chansey, which I do not mind. And what we can do is actually get up a Spike with our Skarmory, takes an opportunity to get up that Spike. It also avoids a Toxic, which I'm surprised he went for. But the reason I went Skarmory over Tentacruel is because he more than likely would try and Seismic Toss there, and I don't want Tentacruel going down because it doesn't have reliable recovery. So he brings out his Groudon, which is a threat, I would say. I'm going to pivot into Tentacruel just to be able to go back out into my Giratina to get rid of that Toxic Spike. I don't expect him to Precipice Blaze right here. He Thunder Waves, which is completely fun because now I can go right out into my Giratina. We're able to get rid of that Toxic Spike as well as get up that Spike. So whenever I bring in my Xerneas, Lopunny, or Groudon, that Spike is gone. I also want to scout his move as well. If he went for like a Fire move, that was a fine play, I think. He does have the Swords Dance, Thunder Wave. Okay. So he will... good play on my opponent's part though, going for the... Well, it sucks that he flinched me, but good play that he went for that. But it looks like that our Skarmory does wall him, so I'm going to go out to that on the Rock Slide. Wall is a pretty... I'm going to phase him out though, because if I Roost, or if he chooses Thunder... Okay, I see what this guy's doing. This man trying to hack the hell out of me. I could safely Roost here, because he's not going to do crap to me. Look how much more he's going to be taking. I'm surprised he actually went for the Extreme Speed over anything else. But I can Roost right now. Looks like he doesn't have a Defogger unless it's like Defog Lugia. I think this Mon gets Defog. But yeah, I don't really care too much about Arceus. I'll just be able to phase him out right now with the Whirlwind as he is boosting alongside me. But we are able to break through and we are able to get off that Whirlwind right now. And I can go hard out into my Giratina, dodges an Endeavor, or as well as a Protect apparently, and that Spike is going to be so crucial. I think Lopunny actually also can just win, or Skarmory is going to be 1v1ing our opponent's team. I do need T-Spikes up as quickly as possible. We're going to Shadow Sneak just to get rid of him. That's nice. Once I get up T-Spikes now, they're here for the entirety of the game. And also that Spike is going to be weakening Groudon a lot. Surprisingly, he brings out Groudon. I can just Earthquake this. As he is going to SD. And I went for damage over anything else because High Jump Kick now from Lopunny kills him. So we'll Earthquake again because if he doesn't flinch me with Rock Slide, we beat him down with Shadow Sneak after, and now Lopunny also gets the Mega, which I think is important. So we actually don't get full para right there, and we're able to knock him out. So goodbye Groudon. I'm assuming he's going to go out to Xerneas. That would be a fine play, I think. But I can just go out into Groudon and phase him out. And if he's Ingrain Xerneas, then Tentacruel beats it with the Haze, assuming I don't get full parrot. So I would go Xerneas if I was my opponent here. Nothing else I think makes much sense. Lugia can't touch me because I'm already paralyzed. He goes on to Arceus, surprisingly. I'll just Dragon Tail. I don't risk much. He can't kill me with Shadow Claw anyway. And if I'm able to get that off, which I am, we're in a great position. So I'll actually go out into my Tentacruel now because I want to get up that T-Spike, as the only offensive move Lugia usually runs in Ubers is Ice Beam. It's Ice Beam, Toxic, Roost, Whirlwind. So I'll be able to get up this T-Spike right now, as he actually stays in just to phase me out. So he allows me to get up a T-Spike. Phasing me out is probably the best mon that he could have, as Ice Beam isn't going to do crap. Well, if I get hacks to death, it might do crap. So we're actually going to throw off a Toxic just in case I get hacks to death, as opposed to Roosting. So we put this Lugia on a timer, and now we should be able to, I'm actually going to go out to Tentacruel and not risk the pair right there. I'd rather risk it versus Arceus because I beat it 1v1 anyway. And we will be able to get up this second layer of Toxic Spikes as Chansey is going to come out. So Chansey actually cannot touch... It can't touch my Giratina, but I'm going to Rapid Spin just in case he has Stealth Rock, which he actually goes for Heal Bell. That's annoying. I think Giratina is the best play though, because we avoid Seismic Toss, and I could just spam Dragon Tail right here to hurt him. If he wants to get up Stealth Rock, no, he doesn't even have Stealth Rock on his set. Go Xerneas, which is completely fine because we are able to hit that thing with the Poison. I do have the Hex, which would do a lot, but considering I am actually already poisoned, I think Groudon is just the better play because we take a boosted Xerneas' attack even if he crits us because we are almost max Spadef. As he has Aromatherapy on this thing too. Okay, well, I'm guessing he's Geomancy Aromatherapy. No, he goes for Grass Knot, so we're able to get up our Stealth Rock and we can just phase him out. I don't know, I don't think he's Geomancy if he has Grass Knot. I think he's E-Belt, if anything, but he does reveal the Geomancy, so regardless, Roar was the best play in that situation as we're able to phase him out into Lugia. And again, Tentacruel is always the best play versus Lugia. He cannot touch me. I do have the Toxic if he wants to go for the Roost right there, so I'm going to Toxic him in case he does go for Roost. He goes up to Chansey, that would have been fine. Actually, what I would have done after I Toxic him was double out into Lopunny. That way I can Mega Evolve, Fake Out versus Chansey, and win the game by clicking Frustration, ensuring that Chansey cannot get off a Heal Bow, and that Lopunny just gets to have fun. So I think we were in a win-win situation there. Another play I could have made was actually stayed in regular form versus Chansey because I did have Limber, Fake Out, and then Power Up Punch it as he tries to Thunder Wave me, which obviously wouldn't work, and I would get up to +2. But that's just another play we could have talked about. But in any case, we're climbing. We're definitely climbing the ladder. Where are we again? I'm gonna check it after every game. We're number 55, 1682. So really close to the 1700s. Is Jam anywhere here? Because I know Jam, MTV Jam. 145. I wonder what Uber Jam will bring in Sunday's Uber Live special that Jam likes to do. I always love Jam's teams. I feel like his build are like the playstyle I'm most comfortable with because they're like balanced, bulky offensive type of things. So I feel like those are like my most comfortable playstyles. Though I love offense, I just go balls to wall offense all the time. But we're gonna pause it, guys, until we find a battle. We'll be right back. All right, guys. So we have found another battle, and did they get rid of Mod Drain because of us? Have fun, man. Lopunny puts in a lot of work this game. It actually puts in a ridiculous amount of work. And I actually just want to lead off with that because I can get off the Fake Out right away. I'm faster than Mega Gengar after Mega Evolution. So yeah, we want to lead off with Lopunny because we can just Fake Out. And assuming he leads off with Groudon, we'll pivot out into Giratina after we Fake Out. I'm actually assuming that's E-Killer Arceus because this is more of an offensive team. I feel like this looks like Problem's team actually. But as I was saying, Lopunny is just such a great lead. He leads off with the Giratina, so what I can do is just Fake Out this thing. We will be able to avoid Will-O-Wisps as well. Fake Out also 100% puts it in range of Moonblast. It 100% puts it in range of Moonblast from my Xerneas. So, I don't want to do this. I don't want Xerneas getting Will-O-Wisp. I'd rather get Dragon Tail with my Groudon, so I'm actually going to go out to Groudon, assuming that it's physically defensive, just to get up rocks. Might look like an odd play, but I'd rather have had perfect. I'd rather have had Groudon get Dragon Tail than Xerneas get Will-O-Wisp and be put on a timer because Xerneas is actually pretty important in this game. So I'm gonna click Moonblast right here. That 12% out from Fake Out, he might actually even predict me to double, but that 12% out from Fake Out ensures that this modest Moonblast will be able to knock out Giratina. I also put pretty much everything on a timer, and I absolutely love it. So Klefki is going to come out, and we're going to go out into our Groudon because we can get up these rocks just to threaten the Rayquaza, as well as the rest of his team as he doubles out into Groudon. This is his rocker as well. I'm not going to risk it, so I'm just going to go out into my Giratina. I expect us both to double out into our Giratinas right here. I don't think either of us should risk this play right now. And the best play, I feel, is just going out into Giratina. And because mine is at full and his isn't, and my Giratina isn't as valuable in this game, once I get up a T-Spike or once Groudon gets Toxic, it's 100% on a timer. So He does choose to press his blade, risking it. That's fine. I'm gonna just Hex right here. Actually, no. Why would I not Dragon Tail? No, Earthquake is just a better play because what the hell would you go? You would only go out to Klefki or stay in with Groudon. So I'm just gonna go for Earthquake right here. I'm assuming maybe an Arceus form might come out or Klefki, as he does go Klefki. So this is max attack Earthquake. Goodbye Klefki. We don't have to deal with spikes this entire game or annoying Thunder Wave. Rayquaza is gonna come out. I cannot allow this Mon to set up, as it can 1v1 me. So I'm gonna Dragon Tail. I know this is kind of risky as well because Groudon becomes a problem, but I can't risk this Mon setting up. And also, if he goes for the Dragon Ascent, which I expect him to do, we beat him anyway with Xerneas. So I rather risk Giratina right here than again Xerneas, because especially with Klefki being gone and his next Xerneas checks don't have reliable recovery. I mean, Klefki never did anyway. Do they still run Recreate? I would still run Recreate on mine. Strategy Pokedex XY Rayquaza. See, if I was still playing Ubers as much as I used to, Earthquake / Recreate. So the thing is, Skarmory might be able to wall him, but we can't risk it right now. I'm just gonna Dragon Tail as he drops a Draco. That's completely fine. Looks like he's mixed. But I can't just go out to Xerneas. I mean, like, yes, I lost my Giratina, which was, I guess, a check to, well, maybe a check to Gengar as well, but we have Lopunny for that as well. But by not risking Xerneas at all, we're in a better position. So looks like he's Spadef, Groudon. I don't even know if he has a fire move, to be honest. I expect him to double right here, expecting my Skarmory. Now I might make the risk, because Skarmory is such an obvious switch. I'm going to risk the Moonblast right here, because I can't allow him to double, as he does get up Stealth Rock, so that's completely fine. We are able to weaken Groudon even more, and Skarmory is going to be my choice. Thunder Wave, maybe. Rock Slide. He's really weak to Ho, so I can see this being Rock Slide. Yeah, we'll risk Skarmory right here. As he doubles out into Gengar. Good play on my opponent's part. Would you Will-O-Wisp right here? This is a tough turn. I think I'm going to go out to Tentacruel because Tentacruel isn't OHKO by anything, and I can get up a T-Spike to threaten my opponent. The reason I didn't go out to Lopunny is because he could have potentially gone for the Will-O-Wisp right there. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to T-Spike to threaten the Groudon, put that thing on a timer. Skarmory is important because it can potentially wall him. And we're just going to go for Toxic right here, just in case he decides to switch out into anything. I can't switch out, so I'm not sure why he went for Focus Blast. But he did reveal his set, which is cool to say the least. We'll just Rapid Spin just in case he switches out or something like that. But I'll be able to go right out into my Lopunny now. And I'm actually going to go right for Frustration, anticipating him to want to go out into his Giratina. I feel like we're in the point of the game where I have to make plays in order to win. I obviously can't double. I could Fake Out as well, but he wouldn't defog. Yeah, I'm going right for Frustration. There's no way he doesn't go hard into Giratina right here. To take the Fake Out and to potentially threaten me with a Will-O-Wisp is what I'm trying to say. So there's no way he doesn't go hard into Giratina. Yep. Oh, we unfortunately get a crit for my opponent. That sucks, because now High Jump Kick will be able to knock him out, and I am 100% going for it. Scrappy High Jump Kick. Goodbye, Giratina. You are no longer a threat. Do I knock out Gengar from full? Mega Gengar. It's a trap. Mega Lopunny. No, I do not. So he should go Gengar here. But then again, he has to risk the Focus Blast as well. Which 100% OHKOs, but he has to risk that if he wants to try and hit it. He actually goes out to Rayquaza. So I need Rocks up now if I want to win. If I want to win with Lopunny. I have to keep Skarmory alive because that's definitely E-Killer. Skarmory walls the majority of his team. I think the correct play is forgo rocks and sack Groudon, as he does V-Create right now. So he does drop his stats, which is great, because I will be able to go for return. And we're going to get up our Stealth Rock, and assuming he goes for any attack. He's not Dragon Dance, he's just Mixed Rayquaza. But assuming he goes for any attack that is not an attack right here, we are going to get up our Stealth Rock. He should drop a Draco or go for the Dragon Ascent. Which I would not mind. I'm assuming he has E-Speed and Dragon Ascent as his last two moves. If he randomly switches out, great, we get up rocks. As he does randomly switch out, so that's absolutely great. Maybe, I mean, the speed drop was obviously there, but that worked out perfectly for us, I think, because we can even Precipice Blaze right now. Alternatively, maybe the better play is to rock, because we do live this hit. But as we are able to connect, nice. Gengar is gone. Okay, so still back in this game. Not that we weren't in the game originally, but that was great. That was great because I guess he didn't know my spread, or he didn't know my moveset, but Rocks was the best play if he did decide to switch out, because now we put Rayquaza on a timer and we were able to get rid of the Gengar. So we're gonna roll right here, that way I don't have to risk missing anything, as he does go for the extreme speed. And what I can do is go right to Xerneas and just click Moonblast. I'm assuming that is Arceus E-Killer. But Moonblast also 2-hit KOs Groudon at the range it is at after Stealth Rock as well. And this reliably gets rid of Rayquaza, as opposed to having to risk Fake Out and then switching. This reliably gets rid of Rayquaza, as well as threatens Primal Groudon. And like I said, I'm assuming that's E-Killer at the end. So we can safely roost when that thing comes out. I think he actually has to sack Groudon here too, assuming he's E-Killer. But again, he's on a timer and he probably does have Dragon Ascent. Nice. So again, just to elaborate on that play, if he did switch out, it would be fearing like a rock move, right? So it would be Gengar. Though at the same time, if I did throw off a Thunder Wave, I don't agree with the Gengar play, especially because I'm max but death Groudon. But if he did switch out, I gained the most out of that turn, because not only did I get up Stealth Rock, which ensured that Groudon would be 2-hit KO by me, a Moonblast. It also ensured that Rayquaza would come in at under 50% and that Arceus is checked. But it also ensured that I could get a potential kill, or it also gave me the opportunity to get a kill, as opposed to, or 2 kills for 1. And I say that because if I did go for Rock Slide, Gengar could take it. And yeah, I would be able to 2-hit KO Gengar, but now I don't have Rocks, and Rayquaza is coming in at 60% every single turn. But now Gengar's taking neutral from Stealth Rock whenever it comes in, and Rayquaza, like right here, he has to either Extreme Speed or switch. So we're able to knock him out with Moonblast, which is great. Groudon is already on a timer. It is in range of the Fake Out plus the attack. Reveal your Extreme Speed Arceus, please. Reveal it. Yep. There it is. And I think what I can do is just afford to Moonblast, because it is a 2-hit KO, and it forces him to attack me. Let me choke a little bit by going out to Skarmory. If he's SD Recover, Skarmory is the best play anyway. Because we phase him around, and I still keep Xerneas around to Moonblast. Actually, no, Moonblast is just a better play. We get to find out if he's Life Orb or not. As it turns out, he is. Nice. So we can go right out to Skarmory and just roost away all our troubles. Yeah, honestly, just roost away all our troubles. As he does choose to go for the Swords Dance, which I do not mind. I do have Toxic, as he unfortunately crits us, but I don't think that matters because Toxic does land. Toxic also dealt with Groudon, and Groudon goes down to Fake Out plus Frustration anyway. So I'll be able to Toxic this thing just in case it is Rock Polish, as he's able to knock me. He's not able to knock me out with the Rock Slide, as we are able to Toxic him, and I can just proceed to go for the Roost right here. And then we just win with our Lopunny. And I'm a man, so I will be kicking high jump kick. No, I'm not. I am a man, but I'm not going to click this high jump kick. We're not going to let him move. So we're going to go right for Fake Out. And Fake Out will put him in range of Poison, and that will be game. Nice. So that crit on Giratina definitely put me in a favorable position. Huge position right there. I got to get rid of this hide room. I got to get used to this. Our opponent's team is really cool. Mega Luke, which we're actually kind of weak to-ish. But I want to lead off with Lopunny because it gets off the... Basically, if he leads off with Lucario, I click high jump kick. If he leads off with anything else, I click fake out. I'm expecting Giratina to want to be his lead. T-Spike's not really too valuable in this game. They only hit Xerneas, but that doesn't mean they're not valuable necessarily because they only hit Xerneas. Does that make sense? While they're not a priority, hitting Xerneas is nice to wear it down. But he leads off with Rayquaza, as what I can do is just go right for the fake out. Ray is like one of those mons that you can't switch into. It's like mixed ments. So, brings out his Giratina. I'm assuming he's going to Will-O-Wisp right here, so what I am going to do is just go out into my Tentacruel. Tentacruel could take any one hit as he Thunder Waves, probably to Hex me after. But I will Toxic this thing. Put this thing on a timer. Yeah, to Hex me after, as I said. We don't get off the Toxic, which sucks. Hopefully we're able to get it off right now. Really need this Toxic on Tentacruel. Excuse me, on Giratina, as we are able to land that nice. So now that thing is on a timer. It can take 2 turns if it wants to. I could even switch out into Lopunny if I wanted to. But I'm just going to go for the Toxic Spike because we can't risk something like that happening, you know? So I'm going to go out to Xerneas. And I'm actually going to double out into my Groudon, anticipating him to want to go out to Heatran. And I'm hoping he's one of those players that thinks Heatran is invincible because I will go right for the Precipice Blades. I'm really hoping he's thinking he's one of those players. He actually chooses to Thunder Wave me, surprisingly. Alright, that's fine. I'll be able to get my Stealth Rock right now, as he is going to switch on to Rayquaza. That is his correct play. Assuming he has Aqua Tail, I don't think Skarmory is doing much this game outside of getting out the hazard, so I'm just going to go out to Skarmory as he surfs me. Completely fine by me. And yeah, I can just spike up. Like, he's going to be able to 2-hit KO me with Surf. But now I get to go out into my Xerneas. The reason I went Xerneas over Lopunny, because I was thinking about Fake Out and plus Frustration, is because I don't want to risk... I don't want to take Extreme Speed, so that way I'm weaker to Lucario. I think I win this game with a Power-Up Punch, which is what I'm going to proceed to do. So we're going to throw off a Moonblast because I can't risk doubling if he tries to predict that and stays in. And I think I get the most out of this if he does stay in as he does. So we're able to knock out Rayquaza. He expected me to double back on the Groudon, making the exact same play. But I guess my last turn kind of conditioned him to make that play. So I think it worked out better for me in the long run, as I can now go right out into my Giratina. The reason I'm doing this is because we have Void Toxic, and I can go for Dragon Tail from here on his Protect, just to make him think that I don't have Earthquake, and I will 100% go for Earthquake right here to knock out his Heatran, assuming he wants to go for Stealth Rock. Earthquake also hits Lucario as well as Aegislash and Xerneas for a decent amount of damage. I don't see him going on to Giratina. I see him staying in. Nice. So goodbye, Heatran. Should have lured. And now I get to click Moonblast, because Aegislash isn't a counter. That's not a counter. Xerneas is going to come out. We do not stay in on these threats. We go hard into our Groudon. Giratina is still useful because it could potentially take a hit from Lucario or weaken it a bit, as he does choose to Geomancy right up. Expected, and we will phase you out with the Roar. As Moonblast is not even a 2-hit KO. So Xerneas is now neutralized as well, as Giratina is going to come out. He might drop a Draco right here. Best play is going out into my Xerneas. I guess he could Thunder Wave, but I don't see that happening. Yeah, Hex happens, so that's fine. We're pretty much able to keep rocks up on the field. If he wants to double, it wouldn't matter because he would have to bring in Giratina again on a double, and I'd be in a good position anyway. So Aegislash is going to come out. I'm assuming he's going to Toxic here. I'm just going to sack my Giratina to be able to go for Hex. As he actually goes right for Shadow. What, they're running this now? I've never seen this being run. But Groudon is the play to make. And we'll just phase him around with Roar right now. He has to go for the... He doesn't have to go for the King Shield. I could just go for Precipice Blades. I think that's a no drawback play. I'd rather potentially get a kill on something. Yeah. That's the no drawback play. Or, you know, the drawback is that I miss. But we'll just go for Precipice Blades again and try and weaken him a bit. Nice, and I'm actually going to sack my Xerneas. It might seem like a weird play, but it allows me to get off a Fake Out plus Power Up Punch on this on his own Xerneas. So I can Fake Out right now. I don't think Fake Out kills. I think it does 21% to Xerneas. if I'm not mistaken, and it will allow me to get up a power-up punch. Assuming this kills, we're going to calc this. I don't want power-up punch not to kill. I also have to calc open, so I don't know why I write /calc, but Mega Lopunny, all-out attacker, fake out. I want power-up punch. How do you spell power-up punch? Like, how do they spell it? It's power-up, yeah. Alright, goes with that. The dash. Fake out this 15 to... Fake out the 16. Yeah, this is a kill. Goodbye! Hey, that's +1, man. That's straight up +1. And what we do is we fake out on the Aegislash on his King Shield because it doesn't hit it. I could lose this game if he actually attacks me. This might be a 50-50 right here. But he does go for King Shield. Great. Fake out doesn't hit that. And I can just high jump kick. That means I didn't lower my attack due to King Shield. And we can just high jump kick right here. This is +1. This is scrappy if you guys didn't know. I hope we hit as he doesn't get the double King Shield. We are able to connect. Goodbye, Aegislash. And all I gotta do is hit the Lucario. Please, Mega Lopunny. Don't give me Janvad's luck right now. Please. I deserve my own luck. Alternatively, is sacking Groudon to the close combat, faking out plus power punching the play. Mega Lucario. Okay, let me think about this. Is that the correct play? Yeah, that's the better play. Going hard in the Groudon on the close combat. But what if he's Aura Sphere? If he's Aura Sphere, then I have to risk it anyway. But yeah, this is the better play to ensure that I win the game. Because Power Up Punch, -1, wins the game. So we go Lopunny here. We go for Fake Out. Well, if I do less than what the calc said, well, there's a crit. But that crit didn't matter. As I said, it did 20 to 23. So we go right for Power Up Punch. He has at -1. And that will be game. So that was just trying to ensure that I win. Yeah, that was just trying to ensure that I win without having to go for high jump kick right there. So we are now at 1706, and let us look for another game. This guy has an Umbreon. God, I gotta remember that. And a Salamence, which is definitely threatening. How much time are we at in total? Or actually, this is actually gonna be a really long live. Wow. Have fun, man. I think Groudon, what's the best lead? I'm so weak to his, Toho. I'm leading off a Groudon because it's the only mon I think that can, so Hydron doesn't work because you can link it to your opponent. Maybe I can put a mod chat. Anyway. Mod chat, / mod chat. Okay, so we can still put Hydron in mod chat. Or mod chat is, I think, the important thing. I don't really care if 10 million people come in. Salamence comes out. I'm going to assume this is a standard Salamence, and I'm hoping I'm not getting Draco or Fire Blast right here. As he goes right for Facade, which is completely fine. We're going to throw off a Spike right here. I'm not going to go for Toxic, even though Ho is more than likely coming out, because I can't risk that crap, man. I think he'd Brave Bird now, but I don't know his set. How are we going to be dealing with his Xerneas in this game? I have to think about that. I think Fake Out plus Toxic Spike is going to be our way of winning versus Xerneas at least. My own Xerneas also spams Moonblast once his Ho is gone. I need up rocks though. So knowing that, I think Giratina is just the member to sack as he goes for his Toxic. Okay. Well, like I said, I think this is just the member to sack. I get up rocks if he goes Xerneas with my Groudon. As he goes Umbreon. Why'd that take so much? As Arceus Ground is going to come out. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. So we're going to phase this thing out as well. I misclicked. I misclicked and I got Shadow Sneak. But that sucks. But Arceus Ground, if that is his defogger, it doesn't matter because we get up Toxic Spikes. But that sucks that I misclicked right there. But I'll be able to go out into my Tentacruel on the Umbreon, whether it wants to Wish or Protect or do whatever. I didn't want to take a foul play anyway. And we're going to get up these T-Spikes. Or this T-Spike, rather. For our opponent as he goes up to Salamence. And I do have Skarmory, the quote-unquote counter. Why is he defog Facade Mence? Come on. I'm gonna throw off a Toxic here. I don't think he has a fire move. He has Roost as his last one, maybe. Why is he defog Mence, man? On this team. But we're gonna throw off a Toxic because even though he could have Heal Bell on his actually I think he does have Heal Bell on his Umbreon. I'll be able to at least threaten that thing. As I also put this thing on a timer. Yes, his Facade is boosted. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Toxic again. I can't risk Ho-Oh coming out, and I don't care if I boost this Salamence at all because it doesn't beat me 1v1. So he goes Umbreon. I'm assuming he's just gonna go for the Heal Bell or the Wish, but I will be able to spike up right now. I'm also bold as well. Not bald like Soul Gazer, but bold. And we can just Toxic again on Ho-Oh switch. I expected Salamence, but we were able to put the Ho-Oh on a timer. Okay, so the way we're winning this game is more than likely going to be power punching with Lopunny. So I'm assuming he's just going to go right for the Sacred Fire right now. So I'm just going to go out into my Groudon just to be able to tank that. Also, it's Life Orb Ho-Oh, surprisingly enough. So I'm going to double onto Xerneas, expecting him to go out into Salamence. I have to make aggressive plays, I feel, at this point. And that didn't gain me much. I should have just gotten a Brox there. But we're going to go for Moonblast because pretty much I want to see how he plays around this. If he goes up to Ho-Oh, I'll spam Moonblast again. Like, if he Brave Birds, he dies to Poison plus Recoil. So I'd rather get rid of Ho-Oh. Also, if he goes for Sacred Fire, he still dies to Moonblast. And I also force in Groudon as well. So we force that thing to take damage. We're setting up right now for the Lopunny sweep, guys. We are setting up for the Lopunny to put in the most work. And I'm going hard into Giratina right now. On the Stealth Rock. And we are just going to click... I think Earthquake is the best play. It hits Xerneas for damage. Also hits him if he stays in. I need Rocks Up of my own. Like, that's super crucial. Xerneas is, yeah, a threat, but I do have the... Oh, I didn't mean to skip turns right there, my bad. Xerneas is a threat, yes. But I do have Haze on Tentacruel to deal with it at least once. So we're going to go out to Groudon on this thing's foul play. And I need Rocks Up pronto. I need Rocks Up pronto. I can't allow him to defog them away. So I need Rocks Up 100%. That way I can start winning with my... with my Lopunny. So we're going to keep these Rocks Up no matter what. Yeah, we'll let him defog them away for us. Keep these Rocks Up just so I can go ham with Xerneas after. Yeah, we have more Stealth Rock than he has that, so... Come on. Kill me, Murray. Yeah, because Groudon, look how much it took from Moonblast before. Groudon took like 25%, so after Stealth Rock, I could potentially 2-hit KO it. Keeping up these rocks also... Yeah, yes, I'm losing Xerneas answers, but between Whirlwind, Skarmory at full, and Haze, Tentacruel, I think we're okay versus that. So, he's going to Facade right here. Just knock me out, fam. Knock me out, I'd appreciate that. I wish that Facade knocked me out, because now I have to waste a couple more turns. Yo, bro, you're not going to stall me out of this. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nice. So he does knock me out, which is great. Because now, yeah, Xerneas gets to come in, and it 2-hit KOs everything on his team. Show me your counter. Ho-Oh is going to be taking that Stealth Rock as well as Poison. It is 2-hit KO'd. Groudon, Groudon's a roll to 2-hit KO it. I'm hoping we get it. But just keeping up rocks also puts Salamence on the biggest timer. I need Rocks Up to be able to beat it with +1 Lopunny, if I'm not mistaken. Mega Lopunny, +1. Turn does that much. And if he's running like some weird max HP set, the turn does that much. Yeah, so I definitely need Rocks Up to put this thing on a timer. I need to put him at plus. I need to be at +1, which I can do versus like Lopunny if I make a double. But right here, the correct play is just to go for Moonblast. He doesn't have a switch in. He actually sacks Umbreon, so no more Heal Bell as well. Thank you. I don't want to deal with that crap. Primal Groudon is going to come out. And we're just going to sack our Giratina right here to the Precipice Blades. And I I believe I'm just going to Dragon Tail. He did see I had Earthquake earlier, so I don't want to go for that again. I'm assuming Xerneas might come out, but in case he does decide to make the Salamence play on the Earthquake or Arceus Ground, which is fine too. Yeah, go ahead and get whittled. Xerneas is going to come out, and we do not stay in on those threats. We go hard on the Tentacruel, and we click Haze. On his Geomancy. Actually, I'm going to click T-Spike right here too. Because if Salamence comes out, which I do not mind, yeah, rocks are gone now, but we'll be able to go for Toxic right here. And there was no way he was going for Facade there. It also wasn't boosted prior to him attacking. So now we 1v1 him with Skarmory. And Ho-Oh is still poisoned. Also, if Ho-Oh ever attacks, I mean, I'm sacking my Giratina whenever Ho-Oh comes out. And also, if he doubles right now, ooh, I get to go for Fake Out and Power Up Punch plays. So we keep Tentacruel alive. That might have been a risk doing so, but Salamence is still on the timer. Skarmory, depending on the Groudon set, can beat it too, as well as Xerneas. Xerneas is like the bigger threat, I think, right now. So nice double to Ho-Oh on our opponent's part. I can respect that play. He has to Sacred Fire here though, so we're gonna go out to Giratina. I mean, it will go down anyway to Sacred Fire, but he actually chooses to go for the Roost. So what I can do is just Shadow Sneak to get off a bit of prior, or get of damage on him. It also hurts Xerneas if he wants to go out to that. As he does go Xerneas, that does 25%, that did a lot, so that's great because it will go down to Fake Out plus Return. And I can go hard in the Tentacruel and just haze away if he Geomancies up. Yeah. I think Toxic is the play actually if he does choose to not go Ho-Oh. But Ho-Oh is unfortunately going to come out, and it keeps getting these switch-ins with Regenerator. I obviously don't have attack to hit it. I should have went for the T-Spike there, but we are just going to sack our Giratina to the Brave Bird, which is nice that he went for that because it still gives him a little bit of chip or extra damage. And now we get to go out into Lopunny. I'm thinking he might be Scarf Xerneas actually, but we get to go for Fake Out. And nothing on his team takes Fake Out plus Frustration. Nothing. Whatever he goes out into, it does not take Fake Out plus Frustration. There's no, well, Arceus Ground might take Fake Out plus Frustration, but nothing else on his team, as long as we keep Ho-Oh lowish. Does this guy have a lot of points? This rank Murray. He has an annoying team. 1650. Okay, so we're about close to each other. Like I said, guys, this will be a longer episode just due to the nature of the team and the way the games are going. But Salamence goes down to Fake Out plus Frustration. And Ho-Oh comes out and I have to sack something. I can't sack Tentacruel though because I can't lose to Xerneas. So I'll probably have to sack Xerneas if Ho-Oh comes out after. Rocks Up would have been great, though I don't think there was a way I could keep those up no matter what without sacking Groudon. And I had to sack Groudon obviously versus Salamence, so just go out to Groudon so I can get rid of that Mon so I don't have to deal with rocks. Tentacruel is still on a timer. I need T-Spikes up as well. He does go Groudon, which is great because I will be able to get off this chip Fake Out damage, and I don't think Frustration knocks it out. I do think, however, High Jump Kick does knock it out. Primal Groudon. I was about to say Mega Groudon. Ubers. Fake Out does 14. So he's definitely running some sort of max defense set if I did 12. How much does High Jump Kick do? So if he has max defense, this is +1. Get this crap out of here. Alright, so he's not running max defense, excuse me. 56. No, it did a little bit. I think I did a little bit more than that. So he might not even be running defense at all. Yeah, he might not be running defense at all. He might just be careful. Yeah, so it is a roll to knock him out, and I'm not going to risk that right now. He could have a fire move on this, but I'm definitely not risking that. I'd rather just go Skarmory, not risk that, and risk the fire move, I guess. Yeah, we have to get up a spike. I do risk the fire move right here, and that's just the play I have to make, I think, because I need this spike up. He doesn't have the fire move, it seems, though, as he goes out into Ho-Oh, and again, the sack is just going to be my Xerneas at this point. Now Groudon does go down 100% to frustration. I keep Skarmory alive to deal with this. As he does Sacred Fire. Goodbye. Now I can just go right out into Lopunny, and I think... Is that Scarf? Based on the damage on my Tentacruel, because I really want to go for the Power-Up Punch right here and try and go for game. I think this is the correct play to go for Power-Up Punch. Because on the Groudon sack, yeah, I think this is the correct play. Assuming he's not Scarf Xerneas. I'll be able to go for 2 Power-Up Punches. We are at +2 now, and we knock out Ho-Oh at full. If Xerneas comes out, he is Scarf. It's just Power-Up Punch Lopunny. We have no way to tell the difference between that. I hope he goes with something that's not Xerneas. Because as I said, I have no way to tell the difference between Scarf Xerneas and not. Because I haven't really hit him. No, I do have a way to tell the difference. Giratina. Yeah, that's no HP Xerneas. So he's definitely Scarf. So that should come out now. If he brings out anything else, I get a kill. Xerneas is his play of choice. As I said, it is Scarf. I have to go Tentacruel right here. And do I double here? I think I have to double here, but at the same time I want to Toxic this thing. If he double Moonblast, I'm in a bad position. I feel like he's going to make the play now. Because if he goes Ho, I have to Fake Out. Mega Lopunny. Tank. The return does absolutely nothing. What the hell? Yeah, so we got the double right because we put Salamence. We wasted Sacks, which is the most important part, I think, right here. So Salamence comes out, and Fake Out plus Return will be able to knock that thing out. We have to keep Xerneas on a timer. We have to keep Xerneas on a timer. It's such a tough mon to deal with, too. I think Scarf Xerneas. Does it 2-hit KO Skarmory? It's a roll to 2-hit KO Skarmory. But we Fake Out here 100%. I'm assuming he's just going to sack Arceus Ground, which will go down to Fake Out plus the frustration. Yo, why does that do 12, man? I'm not even sure that will go down to frustration now. We got the high jump kick. As we do connect. Nice. I have to keep Xerneas away. I don't know if I can win this game. I feel like if he plays the endgame right, which I think he's doing, I can't win. Depends on the play he makes with Salamence now. If he goes Salamence now, just like Jan was telling me I could play around with Quick Attack, Power Up Punch, Ice Punch in the last slot. I want all of them now. Mega Salamence. Return doesn't kill even the non-bulky variant of Salamence. Come on, Murray. Make your play. He makes the correct play in going Ho-Oh. How many Sacred Fires do we have left? 5. 5 Sacred Fires left. Yeah, we have to go Tentacruel here. Alright, 4 Sacred Fires left. 4 Sacred Fires left. And do I double here? No, if I double him Skarmory, I lose all hope of not being 2-hit KO'd by Moonblast. I'd rather give him the defog with Mence than double the Skarmory. But then again, if I double the Skarmory and he does go Mence, which I think he should do right here, I think he should definitely go to Mence right now. Or if I double the Lopunny and he goes Mence, I'm in a great position and I still have my sack. I think he's just gonna... Yeah, he does go Mence. As I said, oh my god, no. I should have made the play. I still would. I mean, I still do have my sack and Tentacle, but I go Skarmory now on the Roost, and we get up Spikes 100%. Like that's the only play we can make. This Spike still puts Xerneas on the timer, though. Still puts Xerneas on the timer, and we get to sack our Tentacle right here. And we get to go out to Lopunny, and I think we have to go for the return play of getting Salamence down. We have to go for return to 2-hit KO. If I go for Fake Out plus return, I don't 2-hit KO Salamence. Ho-Oh. Overtank. Because even if you attack... Yeah, I have to go for Frustration. I can't let Salamence come in for free. I have to 2-hit KO Salamence with this. Oh, God, that didn't even 2-hit KO. Good lord. I'm going to hope he chokes right now and switches out. I think that was the only play I could go for. Yeah, I lost the game. Well played on my opponent's part, definitely. Well, it's not over yet. It's not over just yet. He could miss Sacred Fires. Basically, it didn't matter if I went out to Skarmory there because I had to double out to Ho-Oh, and then Skarmory was in range to be 2-hit KO'd by Xerneas anyway. So I lost the game right there. I thought I went for the correct play, catching Salamence upon switching, but if he still misses Sacred Fires, I could still win this game. So he has 4 Sacred Fires left. I literally have to be super lucky to win this, as he is going to hit the first one and burn me, and that will be game. So, good game. Yeah, I don't know what I could have done differently. I needed Rocks up for Ho-Oh. Defog physically defensive Salamence was definitely the biggest threat, and that was a huge, long live. I tried my best in the last game. I made the play, but he was max defense like Salamence. Like, he was like uber defensive. Yeah, he was straight up defensive Salamence. So, yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed anyway. It was definitely a good live regardless. Like, I think the last game was still pretty good. I played it to the best of my ability. We're at 1683, so we're going to be ending it there. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.